Hello everybody, this is Sierra from Sierra T Designs, and today I have for you a Distress Oxide versus a Distress Ink Halloween ATC that I made, which is an artist trading card. So let's jump right in. So this is actually going to be a video hop, and I'll get into that in a little bit here, but I'm going to start with my ATCs, which are 2.5 by 3.5. That's what the size is, and I have them on a Neenah Solar White cardstock because it's a very smooth cardstock, so I find it's a really easy one to blend on. So I'm going to use the exact same colors in Oxides and in Distress Inks, and the colors are Milled Lavender, Wilted Violet, Seedless Preserves, and Black Soot. And here you can see that I started with the Oxides. They are my preferred for blending. I love how smooth they blend, and I also have the domed foams with these ones, which I find make it even easier to get the blend going. But that's just my personal opinion. I think everybody kind of has a different outlook on which inks they like to blend the best. So I did start with my latest color. I lay down a full wash, and then I go in with and build up the color around it. And I like to finish off with the Black Soot just to make it a kind of a dramatic outside, so it kind of goes lightest and then out to the darkest color, and then I go through and blend them again just until they are exactly what I want them to be, and blended nicely the way that I want them to. So that is the Oxide one, and now we're going to jump straight into the Distress Ink one, and it's going to be done the exact same as I did the Oxide one. So let me tell you a little bit about this video hop. So we're doing a Halloween hop, obviously, and everybody's going to show you Halloween cards. Now, Halloween doesn't have to be scary. It can be cute, it can be scary, it can if you like that. It can be scary, it can be sweet, it can be fun, it can be so many things. So we just thought it would be really fun to share our Halloween inspiration. So the hop is starting today, Saturday, September 19th, and you have until Friday, September 25th. There are some giveaways along the hop, so make sure you listen to everybody's video and get in on those giveaways. You're going to leave a comment, leave a like, leave a subscription on the channels. That would be amazing for all of us. And yeah, so make sure that you do catch the giveaways on the individual channels. I'm not totally sure which all channels are doing. I know there are a couple. So make sure to listen to the hop and get your chance to enter in on those giveaways. And the giveaways will be picked on September 30th, 2020, and the individual channels will be choosing those. And they will be announced on the tailormadecardsforyou.com blog. I will have that linked in the description down below, and you can go and check that out. So at the top of my description box, there you will find the link to the next person in the hop, and please pay close attention to some of us will be giving away prizes on our channels, and we will each have our own rules for entering, so make sure you listen to the rules. And for all the information, a complete list of the videos, you can head over to Monica's blog on the tailormadecardsforyou.com blog. So I will have that linked below, as well as the next person in the video hop, so you can go and check them out. But yeah, so those are kind of the rules about this. So you can see here that I actually struggle a lot more with Distress Inks for blending. I do find they don't blend as easily for me, if that kind of makes sense. Like, I struggle a little bit with them. So I did finish up the blending as best that I could. You can see that it's not as smooth. However, Distress Inks are so vibrant. So you get such a beautiful color, whereas the Oxides are more pigmented, right? So the Distress Inks are a ink-based, like a dye ink-based, whereas the Oxides are a pigment and ink dye fusion. So you get a different look from both of them. Now, they're both beautiful, and it's funny how different they look, right? Because they're both the same colors, but one is this one right here. I'm going to hold up, oh nope, sorry, I'm going to hold them up at the end here. I'm just pulling it out of the screen. So you did see me flick on some Perfect Pearls in the color Perfect Pearls with my mini mister, and I just pulled out the little stem of my mini mister and kind of flicked them all over the place. I love how it looks. I've been doing this in almost every card I've been making recently. And I have the Halloween stamp that was a Brutus Monroe stamp of the month stamp. It's no longer, if it's still available, I will link it in the description down below with every other supply that I've used. However, if it's not, they have amazing stamps, guys, and they're $5 American every month. I mean, they're wonderful. I have a couple of videos coming with some of their ATCs, and I love their stamps so much. This was, I believe, what month is September? I believe this is the August stamp of the month. I will double check that, and I promise if it's still available, I will link it down below, but I'm pretty sure it was the August one. Sometimes they do have some left over, though, and they're in the store, so I'll make sure to put that there for you. But I just loved these images. I love their images so much. So I'm going to use my Copic markers to color it because I like Copic markers and that's one of my favorite ways to color. So I'm going to use, I used VO5 for the eyes on the spider, and then my pumpkin is YR14, YR16, and YR09, and I like to work lightest to darkest and then darkest to lightest, because I find that that gives me the most smooth of a blend, and it just is kind of what I've become comfortable with. There's no wrong way to color. You should color however you like and however you enjoy, so by all means you do however you like to. But I always put a full wash of my lightest color down on the image because I find that it blends smoother for me when I do, as the paper is saturated with some of the ink. And then the hat, I went for browns, so I'm going to use E39, E29, and E79. And I kind of, fabrics is one thing that I kind of struggle to shade, even though, I mean, there's lines on there, so you can see where the artist has put some of the shading in, but I still struggle a little bit when coloring it, so bear with me here. It's not perfect, but I mean, it's coloring. I mean, as long as you're trying your best, there's nothing wrong with that. So I do struggle a little bit with fabrics and where the shadows would be, but honestly, I don't think that there's any wrong way to do this. You just, as long as you're enjoying yourself, I don't really think that it really matters. So I'm gonna finish coloring this up, and I do off screen, I fussy cut these out. I know some people really don't enjoy fussy cutting. I don't mind at all. It doesn't bother me. I use my Tim Holtz mini snips and I just snip around. I mean, especially these images, they're smaller, right? And although there are a little bit of like little curly cues coming off of the pumpkin, I just left a white border around them because I really like that it kind of ends up looking like a sticker, if that makes sense, like with a little white border. So I like that look. By all means, you don't have to do that. And then I did take some Gina K black foam squares and I covered the back of these like liberally, because nothing worse than sticking something down and then shipping them, because I trade my artist trading cards. I mail them to other artists, we exchange, and nothing worse than getting something and having pieces falling off or pieces that got smushed in the mail or whatnot. So I did put a fair amount of foam tape on the back, and then I'm just going to stick it in the center of my blending because I like how that looks. And you can also see that because the background wasn't a perfect blend, it doesn't really matter because the pumpkin is the focal, so that's what you see. So it doesn't really matter that it's not a perfect blend because that's the background, so it's not really that important. And I love how orange and purple go together. I love that they're like, I know it's a kind of a Halloween combination, but I just love how it looks, so that's kind of why I chose it. And then I am going to take some of the gems from the Pink Fresh Studios Essentials Jewels mix in the black. I love these jewels so much. And I just used my Nuvo Deluxe glue to stick them down and my embellishment wand from Studio Katia. And that kind of is going to finish this off. I am going to hold them up at the end and you can tell me which blend did you like better. Oh, sorry, I did add some white highlights with a gel pen. I forgot about that. Yes, so I did come in with my white Sakura Jelly Roll pen, and I just put some lines along the hat and along the pumpkin. So this is the Oxide blended background, and I like how smooth it looks. Oxides are my preferred. But it's funny when you see the, this is the Distress Ink blend, how different the exact same colors look. I mean, the blend isn't quite as smooth, but it's still quite pretty and vibrant. So let me know in the comments which one you prefer. And if you like this video, please subscribe, leave me a comment, leave me a like, and I cannot wait till I see you guys again. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.